Hello, I'm Greg Piper, and in this video I'd like to take a look back at what's been happening around the Lake Macquarie electorate recently. The New South Wales state election was held in March to usher in the 57th Parliament, and what a busy time that was. I'd once again like to thank the many volunteers who worked tirelessly with me throughout the election process, some of whom have been helping me for nearly 30 years. I think we ran a good campaign and I was absolutely delighted to be returned with an increased margin of nearly 23%. We didn't get much of a rest though, with the Office of Sport and Recreation taking the breathtakingly arrogant decision to close the Myuna Bay Sport and Recreation Centre the Friday after, and while the government was still in caretaker mode. The decision followed a request from Origin Energy based on a risk assessment report they had commissioned, which raised concern for the integrity of the nearby Araring power station Ashdam Wall in the event of a 5.7 magnitude seismic event, an earthquake. The ensuing evacuation and the way in which staff and international guests staying at Myuna Bay were treated was, in my opinion, disgraceful. The absolute lack of consultation with the public, myself and even the Premier, was appalling. My public petition calling on the new government to investigate the closure of Myuna Bay has been signed by nearly 20,000 residents and allowed the closure of Myuna Bay to be debated in Parliament in June. During the debate, Sports Minister John Sidoti promised that no further action was being undertaken until an independent review of Origin Energy's report had been carried out by the New South Wales Dam Safety Committee. Another issue that has distressed a large section of the electorate is the closure of the Morisset Country Club. While this is obviously not exactly a state government issue, I did deliver a private member's statement in Parliament about it because there are effects that need to be taken into account. It is the site of an emergency evacuation centre, the site of community events including Anzac and Remembrance Day. It hosts a return and earn reverse vending machine and is the largest venue for public meetings in the area. Not only that, 30 people also have lost their jobs, and that is a big blow. There have been lots of good things happening though. After a 3-year campaign, we finally saw the opening of the new Service New South Wales Centre in Toronto, and it's going fantastically well. Work has begun on major upgrades at Wonji and Spears Point public schools that will deliver state-of-the-art learning spaces and facilities at both schools. And work has begun to upgrade YE Rail Station, which will see 3 new lifts installed and upgrades to pedestrian pathways to make accessing the station easier. We are on schedule for that to be completed later next year. A $25 million funding commitment from the state government to see a 4,000-seat stadium built at Hillsborough, which will be a home base for the Newcastle basketball. In Parliament, I've certainly been busy and have already had meetings with ministers for transport, planning, health, sport and others. Each one of those meetings was, I believe, productive, and I'll have more information about what it will mean for our electorate further down the track. I've been appointed to the Speakers Group and am acting as a temporary speaker, and most significantly have also been appointed as Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. We've had lots of big things happening, but importantly, I remain focused on even bigger things for the future. I think we've had a great start to the year and a strong start to the 57th Parliament. I look forward to working with you and seeing what the next 3.5 years bring. So once again, thank you for all your support, because nothing would be achieved without it.